Mr. Incredible, catching the bad guys. Pow, pow, pow. If you haven't seen the new trailer, go watch it. He has a theme song now. Hey guys, what's up? And welcome back to another video, and welcome to the questions that I've had for like the past 10 years. So as we all know, Incredibles 2 is coming out, and I could not be more stoked. One, because I'm a Disney themed channel, and two, Disney is my life. No, in all honesty, I'm super excited because I love this world. The world that they created is believable. It's not like, hey, but what if this happened? It almost feels like it is going on, just somewhere that you don't know about. I could just get to Metroville. I could be a super. I love this movie, and I've watched it countless times, and every time I watch it I come up with one more thing that I wish I knew about The Incredibles, and now we have the chance to find stuff out. So today I'm going to be talking about the things that I want to see in The Incredibles 2. When I say The Incredibles, what do you think of? Do you think of the suits? Do you think of the red and black, the little eye logo? Do you think of the characters? Well, good, you're on the right vein, because when I hear Incredibles, the first thing I think of are supers. Now, the supers in The Incredibles are amazing. I love the range of powers and personalities that we see, and the fact that even Mr. Incredible looks up to a super himself. He has an idol in the super game. That's establishing some kind of history, you know? It seems like there's so much going on in the past of that world that we haven't seen, and The Incredibles might, you know, give us a little taste of that. So that leads me to the first thing that I want to know about The Incredibles. Where the hell do supers get their powers? I know that in this movie we're gonna see a few new supers. We have Void, Brick, and Reflux. I can't think of the other ones. There's an electric dude and an owl guy. Screech. Screech is an owl guy. I can't think of the electric dude or the telekinesis dude's name, but it's irrelevant. We have new supers, but how did they get their powers? Did they get it the same way that the Incredibles did? Did Bob get his powers the same way that Void did? Or is there something else going on behind the scenes? If you haven't checked out the Super Carlin Brothers, go do yourself a favor and check them out. They do a lot of fandom stuff, mostly Disney and Pixar. If you like my stuff, you'll like their stuff. But they made a theory talking about how the government, the American government in particular, might have given the supers their powers as sort of a task force. And I know that might seem kind of outlandish, but when you think about the relationship that Bob, Mr. Incredible, has with Rick Dicker, a government agent tasked with hiding Mr. Incredible's identity, it makes you start wondering, is there something else going on? Why is Bob so closely affiliated to this agent? Yeah, it's part of the not witness protection, hero protection. It's part of their secret identity. He like helps them, you know, stay underground and all that, but why does he help him? Did he enlist the government's help? Did he save enough people that the government was like, hey, we'll do you a favor? Or are they trying to hide their own mistake? Did the super thing just not work out and the American government was like, hey, you know those powers we gave you? Well, you're never gonna use them again. Go ahead and just work a 9 to 5 in a gray office and toss your boss through a few walls. It'll be fine. Well, the signs kind of seem to be leading towards that. And the American government supplying people with their powers would actually explain a few other things, like Elastigirl seeming to have some kind of combat flight training and military training because she knew the correct lingo and stuff like that. And also, it would also explain why the supers are all around the same age. I mean, look at Bob, Frozone, and Mrs. Incredible. They all are around, you know, the same age range. So if they were given their powers, it would make sense. The government gave them their powers around the same time, and they were the people that enlisted for it, let's say. And that would explain why we don't see any older supers. Well, okay. In the Incredibles 2 trailer, there's a new super called Reflux, who was an elderly man, but we have yet to see how he got his powers. Maybe the Endeavors gave him his powers. I don't know. But as of now, the only supers that have powers are around the same age. And that leads me to my question, yet again, where did the supers get their powers? Pixar, man, just let me know. One of the only things we do know about how the whole super thing works is that powers are genetic, but individual powers are not. So as you can see, Dash, Violet, and Jack Jack all have powers, but they don't have either of the powers of their parents, leading me to believe that there's some kind of super gene that's passed down, the potential of having a superpower, even though it's not determined what power that is. So you know how Jack Jack has a few powers? He can like turn metal and a demon and burst in flames and shoot lasers and all that. Originally, the directors talked about how that was a choice, saying that like, as a child you have unlimited potential. There's no set power that you are yet. Now I don't know if that's the logic that Incredibles 2 is gonna follow, but that sheds a new light on this whole super thing. Do all super children start out with a ton of superpowers? Like, could Dash originally lift like a 7-story building, but then he turned into a speedster? Wow, that'd be really awkward if your name was Dash, but you didn't have super speed. I mean, that'd be cool if that's how they all started out, but we haven't seen that. We don't know that. It'd be really interesting if that's how it works, but wouldn't it be more interesting if Jack Jack is the only one that has like a ton of powers? Like for some reason he just like hit the lotto. So yeah, I just want to know where supers come from. I want to know how the super gene works. Is this like My Hero Academia rules where like one dude's just born glowing and then in a few years 80% of the population are supers? Like, I want to know how it works, and hopefully Incredibles 2 will shed some light on that. So the other thing I'm hoping they address in The Incredibles 2 is whether or not the international supers exist. Or is it just America? Are we the only ones with super? Wait, Bon Voyage is French, right? Isn't he? God, I hope so, or else I just sound stupid. Bon Voyage is not a super, but he's definitely a villain. A villain of like, you know, too high proportions. There's not a normal villain walking around painted face and bombs and a name. He has a pun name. He's not a normal criminal. So if he's a villain, there have to be heroes, right? Come on, I want to see some international heroes, whether it just be on like TV or an ad or something. Come on. So here's hoping that I'll see some international supers. So something else I'm hoping that they address is whether or not there's such thing as a hero life. Is there a way that you could be a hero and survive solely off of being a hero? Because I mean, look at Mr. Incredible. Okay, well, no, look at Bob. He had a 9-to-5 at a job that he hated. You know what I mean? Like, he obviously wasn't getting the bills paid from being a hero. But Frozone has like apparently a super modern looking, like, I don't want to say a house because it looks like it's in the city, an apartment, and it looks expensive. And I'm wondering if that comes from being a hero. Because I mean, Mr. Incredible, when he took the job with Syndrome, he started getting a lot of money, right? He got the new car, he ended up dressing nicer and things like that. It doesn't seem like it's just a confidence thing, that seems like a monetary gain, you know? So do you get paid per job, or do you get paid like a salary for being a hero? If you register as a hero, will you get paid a hero salary? Because I would totally jump on that if I had a power, even if my power was like, I don't know, the power to ramble and talk too much. Which it might be. I'd somehow figure out how to make a salary off of that. I'd be great at the whole hero game. Something else that I'm wondering, can powers be taken away? Let's say that powers are given by like the government, like we were saying earlier. That would imply that they can be taken away, right? Now, I know that's just a theory, so let's not just work off that. If powers are some kind of gene that's activated in some part of like your actual physical body, can they like be shut off? Can you like access that gene and be like you know, flip the switch and be like, nope? I think it'd be interesting to see some of those supers get their powers taken away. What would Mr. Incredible do without his super strength? Would he still be, you know, I mean, he has like combat training, obviously. He's strong, but he knows what he's doing. So would he be able to take people down still? I don't think that's gonna be the plot of Incredibles 2. In fact, I know it's not gonna be the plot of Incredibles 2. God, that'd be awkward if it is like the secret plot. Well, I don't think it's gonna be the plot of the new movie, but still, I think it'd be interesting to explore. But I guess you'd be able to answer that question by just answering where the hell powers came from. Alright, the final thing that I'm hoping to see in The Incredibles 2 is an answer as to why Jack Jack has so many powers. Guys, there was a D23 clip released. It's basically Jack Jack watching TV with Bob. Bob falls asleep. Jack Jack goes and, he's watching TV and he sees a burglar on TV with like the almost Incredibles looking mask. The TV shuts off and he sees a raccoon outside wearing the mask, and to Jack Jack that is the same person. So apparently he phases through the wall to get outside, and somebody described it as he just uses all of his powers. He uses his lasers, he uses his fire or whatever, and they said he drips into a puddle, which isn't something we've seen before. So like, obviously he's got more powers than we've just seen at the end of The Incredibles 2, or The Incredibles 1. Why does he have so many powers? Is he just like some kind of god baby? Hashtag God baby, Incredibles 2. Is he some kind of god baby, or is it the idea that there's some kind of potential that's unrealized? Is it like you have so many powers and then eventually you're gonna find one that's you? You know what could answer that? If you just answered, where do powers come from? Yeah, the audio, I think, got messed up by that. Sorry, I got excited. Wait a minute, I just got news that we have a correspondent out in the field to talk about what they want to see in The Incredibles 2. Are you ready? Alright, yeah, cut to Johnny.
Hey everybody, so Incredibles 2. I'm thinking that it's going to be a super good movie. I'm so excited. So what I think is going to happen is that it's like, what, 15 years after the original? So I'm guessing that they're going to make some sort of reference to back then. Maybe they'll say something about Syndrome, like, as part of it. But then again, this movie's right after the first one. Like, in timeline wise, I'm excited to see their new house because I think that Edna possibly made it or had some sort of influence on it. I see that Bob is back in his old suit, which was kind of weird, and that Elastigirl was also back in her old suit, Helen. So I'm excited. Oh, and I'm so excited to see Jack Jack's new powers. I like the animation and stuff, and yeah, I'm excited. Bye.
Awesome. Thanks, Johnny. That wasn't worth it. It's already so hot in here and the blazer made it worse. But yeah, that's a list of most of the things that I'm hoping to see in Incredibles 2. Guys, is there anything that I missed that you're hoping to see too, or wish that you could possibly know the answer to? Let me know down in the comment section below. I'm super excited to see what you guys have. Maybe there's something I haven't even thought of that you guys are just dying to know. Let me know. I'll be checking the comments. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a like below and subscribe while you're down there if you haven't already. We have a great little family. Well, we have a super family here, and you would look great in it. I will see you guys next week with another video, and maybe even my reaction to Incredibles if I can find a way to see it early. But I will see you guys then, and as always, go do some good stuff. Later.